The purpose of this video is to install iOS 7 onto your iPad. Before we actually install the update, we want to make certain that you've backed up all of your data so that you won't lose anything in the process. In order to do that, the first thing that I'd like you to do is touch Settings. Once you're in Settings, I want you to look to the left side panel. About midway down, you'll see iCloud. Go ahead and touch iCloud. If you have not been using iCloud to back up your material, or you haven't logged into iCloud yet, you'll have to go ahead and log in with your Apple ID at this point. Then, of course, go ahead and put in your password. And then sign in. Once it verifies your information, it will ask you about allowing iCloud to use the location of your iPad. Go ahead and touch OK. With iCloud turned on now, what we want to do is focus our attention a little bit on certain apps. So on the left side, go ahead and scroll down to where you see the list of apps that are at the bottom. The first one we want to look at is Keynote. If you'll touch Keynote, you'll notice on the right side, it says at the top, Use iCloud, and that is turned off. Go ahead and make certain that you've turned that on. And we want to do the same process for Numbers and then Pages. With your data for Keynote, Numbers, and Pages now being backed up to iCloud, we want to focus our attention on your Notability app. Go ahead and exit out of the settings, find Notability, and open up the app. If you've upgraded your Notability, it will look different than this, and we'll actually walk you through that momentarily. But this is for those of you who have not upgraded your Notability app. What I want to do first is down at the bottom right, you'll notice a gear icon. Go ahead and touch that gear icon. And from here in this settings menu, we want to look at other settings and touch Cloud Services. At this point, we want to back everything up to your Dropbox. So touch Dropbox and go ahead and log into your Dropbox account using your email address that you set the account up with and your password. And then touch Sign In. With Dropbox now checked, we want to go ahead and touch Settings and go back. And then at the very top here, you'll see where it says Auto Sync. Touch the Sync Disabled, and then go ahead and select Dropbox. Once you're actually into your Dropbox folders, touch Sync to Dropbox, and we want to select Note. Then notice down where Select Subjects to Sync is listed, you want to make sure that everything is checked there. Many times Unfiled is unchecked, so please make sure that is checked. Then go ahead and touch Done. You'll notice down at the bottom it's auto syncing. You are now ready to begin the process of loading the iOS 7. For those of you that have installed the update to Notability, we'll go ahead and walk you through the process of turning on your backup. From your main screen, you'll notice this is a little bit different than the older version. The gear icon isn't on the right now, it's actually down on the bottom left. Go ahead and touch that gear icon. First thing we want to do is select Manage Accounts. With Manage Accounts selected, you'll have some options here, but go ahead and touch Dropbox and log into that Dropbox. Again, you'll have to use the email address that you created your Dropbox account with and put in your password. Then go ahead and touch Sign In. Once signed in, you'll notice that Dropbox now gives you an option to log out. What we want to do at this point is touch Online Storage. And go ahead on the right side now, select that Dropbox. Your notes are now going to be backed up, it tells you. But what we want to do to make sure things are backed up in the proper manner, go ahead and touch the gear icon located next to Dropbox. It now gives us a destination folder that it will create in our Dropbox account, but go ahead and change the file format to Note. By doing that, it saves it in the same version that Notability creates it in, so that when you import it back, you'll still have the same editing functionality that you can. Go ahead and touch Settings now. And just to be safe, since we've already turned on iCloud, the new app gives you the ability to back up to iCloud. Go ahead and turn that on as well. And at that point, your Notability is now backed up. At this point, we've now backed up the apps that the school has pushed out to your device. If you've installed any other apps that you use on a regular basis, you may want to go ahead and take yourself through the process of backing up all of your data for those apps before proceeding. But at this point, we want to go ahead and install iOS 7. Make certain before you move to iOS 7 that you plug your power cable in. The device will not update unless you have at least 50% of battery life, so it is best to go ahead and plug the device in at this point. Once plugged in, go ahead and touch Settings. From Settings, we want you to go ahead and scroll back up to the top and find General. Touch General, and then on the right hand side, touch Software Update. You'll notice on this device it says Install Now. It's quite possible that your device may say Download and Install, but either way, that's the button that we want to go ahead and proceed with. Another caution is that once you begin the install, don't power down the device by holding the sleep-wake button in and turning the device completely off. If the device on its own goes to a black screen, that's quite all right. But you don't want to power down the device, because if you do that, it is quite possible that you'll wipe the device completely clean. So don't power down the device, but at this point, go ahead and touch Install Now and let the device take over and begin the process of installing iOS 7. Once iOS 7 is loaded on your device, you'll have a few screens to walk through to finish the setup. But once you're through those few screens, your device is now set up for iOS 7.